Hello, dirty trucking. Got a problem. My camera footage deleted again. I got a message from my son around 7:53, somewhere around in there, that talking about the Thanksgiving food, talking about the bird was good, the greens was right, the mac and cheese almost gone or something, he said. So after he sent that message, I decided to go on my camera and look, because I left out about 11 something a.m. this morning. And before I left out, I had washed some clothes. I'm sitting there. I made a breakfast sandwich. I'm doing photos of clothes, threw them in the laundry basket, and then I got dressed, got ready to get out of there. There was footage of me moving around the living room, because I did see the footage. There's footage of me in the living room. So after I got that message, it prompted me to go and look on my camera, because my son wasn't up when I left. No, I take that back. I'm gonna bag up a little bit. After I left out around 11 something, close to 12, I went to parking structure and I viewed the camera live, and because I wanted to see if it's functioning right. Because my son get up, because usually when I leave out, that's my son to get up and go fix him something to eat or whatever, get ready to leave. So I want to see if the camera, if I'm seeing actually in my apartment, or I'm seeing some other footage of my apartment, but there's actually activity going on in the apartment that I'm not seeing, if you understand what I'm saying. Like somebody's recorded my apartment empty, and that's what I'm seeing, and sitting there looking at an empty apartment while there's actually activity in the apartment. So I'm sitting there. He didn't get up, so I ended up starting my day. So I can't tell if the camera's functioning right. That's the only way I'll be able to tell. That while I'm watching live, I see my son just get up and start moving around, or if he coming in, I'll see the door open. If this camera's actually showing me live footage in my apartment, not some recorded live from a previous day when the apartment is empty. So here's the problem. I go into my Google Nest account, go down to the activities, and I'm looking for the footage. Now, my son has sent this message talking about he damn near ate up all the food and shit. So I'm looking for the footage of him moving around, sitting around, eating up all the goddamn food in the apartment, eating up the Thanksgiving dinner, or him coming out the kitchen with a plate, heading back to his room. Something. I'm looking for some footage. You done said you damn near ate up everything. I want to see the footage. Where are you at going back and forth in the kitchen? There's no footage. There's no footage of my son moving around when he got up, fixing a plate in the kitchen, or heading to the door to leave out from the living room camera. I have one footage of him on the doorbell camera leaving out at 6:51. And the footage prior to that starts at 6:07 p.m. You see a bunch of individuals walking back and forth in the hallway. And I'm going to not keep believing that it's not one of these individuals is walking back and forth in the goddamn hallway that is entering my goddamn apartment. But the problem is, there's no footage prior to 6:07. There should have been footage of me leaving out, then a big gap, then the 6:07 footage. Because my camera records clips of motion, and it stays there until a certain time and it deletes. It's not time for it to delete. I don't have continuous recording stored in no cloud. So why don't I have footage of my son in the apartment? What happened to the footage of me being up in the living room? Me leaving out? Where's the footage of me? I did a live view. When you do live view, it stores as a clip, and it says live. You looked in the apartment live. The clip of that is gone. There's no live view clip. And I would view into my apartment and just listen. And the other day I logged into the camera and just sat there and listened. There's nobody in the apartment, but I'm hearing in the background, I'm hearing noise of something clinging. And then I hear noise that sound like somebody moving pots and pans in my kitchen. But the footage I'm looking at is nobody in the apartment. So I'm out here at this Walmart, and I've been sitting here. And I came in to go see if I can find a tree and some garland, because I'm in a holiday spirit. So I come back out to the car. I called Detroit Police Telephone Crime. Got operator on the phone. She said her operator number. I said, are you an actual officer or civilian? She said she's a civilian. Well, anyway, long story short, this woman is doing the same thing as the rest of them. They're talking like they don't want to take the report. She told me she didn't want to take. She wasn't going to take the report. She can't take the report until I call Google Nest, and Google Nest tells me that it's been hacking. I said, I've been reporting hacking of my camera to the state attorney general, to the police. I've been reporting this for years. This is not the first camera this happened to. It's all the cameras it happened to. So she said, I need to contact Google Nest first. How they gonna know it's hacking? She talking about your footage is stored in cloud. They would know that your cloud has been hacked. No, it sounds like she was fishing. She was fishing to see if I have footage stored anywhere else or in the cloud with Nest. I don't think this was a civilian officer. I was talking to a civilian with Detroit Police Telephone Crime. I don't think she was, because her whole setup and background, this shit that I was hearing, that blank, when she went blank on the phone and not saying nothing, sounds exactly like that motherfucker that called me through Uber app, pretending he was Uber, worked for Uber, and was trying to steal money out my account, and went silent on the phone, but in the background, he was typing in the computer, getting access to my account. And that's what this lady did. This civilian did. This civilian operator for Detroit Police Telephone Crime reporting told me I need to contact Google Nest, and Google Nest tell them ain't nothing wrong with it. I don't need to contact Google Nest about hacking. I know what footage should be in my goddamn apartment, because I know who should be in my apartment and who shouldn't be in my apartment. And the footage of who should be is now gone, and there's never no footage of who ain't supposed to be in the goddamn apartment. We got a goddamn problem here. So when she mentioned something about storage, which is strange, because I go on my Google and they had some trial offer to start paying for continuous recording and stored in a cloud. And this woman mentioned something about the cloud. Don't you have footage stored in the cloud? Like she's trying to find out if I got possibly other places of video footage that the intruder or illegal intruder might be on footage. That maybe they weren't able to deleting the footage off my online account, didn't delete everything. That's what it sounded like she was fishing for. But long story short, she didn't take the report. Then she started to act like she was. She took my name, and then went quiet. She said, you reported this before? Yes, I've reported the hacking before to the state attorney general with a previous camera. I was told to contact that camera manufacturer. Nothing came of it. Nothing. They can't discover hacking. They don't have that technology. You make the cameras. You can't tell me if my camera's been hacked. I know what footage should be there, but I know what should be there with the illegal entry. How they gonna know it's been hacked? The footage is not there. It's being deleted. So I'm not having any success with Detroit police. And to be honest, I don't trust Detroit police. I just don't. I don't trust going to them with this problem anymore. And I'm not going to report this problem anymore. You can just keep coming in the apartment. You can keep doing whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't give a shit anymore. Because Detroit police is not doing anything. Nobody I've reported to is doing any goddamn thing. They seem to think this is a goddamn joke. I told you the last officer that I stopped at, I was at a speedway downtown Detroit. And I was telling her what was going on. And make a long story short, about the legal entry and the shit going on with the camera. And I told, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but she said she had a friend that knows about this type of stuff. She asked for my name, my address, and my phone number. She's going to pass along to a friend who I was supposed to heard from Monday. I didn't hear from this guy. Nobody called.